Talking about Kamala Harris in this one, presidential candidate. Let's see what's going on in the moment. Today is August 18th. So you'll be seeing this week. Let's see what's going on in the lead up to the Democratic National Convention. Thanks so much. Welcome back, Tarot fam. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we are going to see what's going on with Kamala Harris. It is the eve of the Democratic National Convention. So I will be watching so I can see what is going on over there. I may not watch the whole thing, but I'm going to watch the highlights, just like I did when we had the Republican National Convention. I did watch the entire speech for 45, but I didn't watch everybody else that got up. I just watched the highlights for them. So let's see what Miss Kamala is up to and how she is feeling on the way in. Now, the two previous videos that we did on the vice presidential candidates, I did do a Celtic cross just to kind of get the vibe on them, because I'm not keen on either of them. And I just wanted to see what the cards would have to say. I don't know a super whole lot about them. So let's take a look at Kamala's disposition, because we do know so much about her. She's been vice president for the last 3 and 3.5 years. She's been out there. We've seen the memes. We've seen Maya, what's her face? Maya Rudolph spoof on her, which, by the way, I found out Maya Rudolph has a Prince cover band called Princess. Did you know that? Oh, no. It's pretty awesome. Gregopedia is going to take a shower. But as always, thank you so much for being here. Please know 20% off my 1-hour reading for the remainder of August. There's also discounted Lenormand class in my digital academy. Links for both below. And you can also hit the join button and join my community. We do have memberships now, super fun emojis, and we're going to have members only videos, things like that. I'm going to add more levels as I get used to having the memberships on here. So I'm really excited about that. I was resistant to doing the memberships just because I was like, I don't even know like if I could deliver, but I think I can deliver to you guys. So let's take a look at Miss Kamala on the eve of the Democratic National Convention. So I've been shuffling these cards. How is our girl doing, Miss Kamala? The moon. I think a little nervous about this. 7 of Cups. Yeah, a little bit nervous about how she is going to approach this. Queen of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords and the 4 of Cups and this Hermit card. So a little bit of I think she's trying to come up with some razzle dazzle, something new to deliver to the party base. I think she really is trying to come up with something new. And she's not loving everything that they have to deliver. So, if we're talking about deliverables in terms of politicians, we want to see improvement of economy, jobs numbers, those kinds of things. We want people to be jumping up and down saying, I'm doing great. It's because of the XYZ president, vice president, governor, mayor, blah, blah, blah. So, does she have those deliverables? I think she is struggling with the deliverables, because here our 7 of Cups is in reverse. It's like we need better data to present this to the people. We have to really, and I was in sales for years, so you have to promote the really positive aspects. There's something in sales. Those of you that aren't salespeople, you have to drill down for the pain. You have to figure out what your client actually needs that's not telling you, what your lead actually needs without telling you. A lot of the times they won't. It's one of the reasons why I recommend Chris Voss's. He's a hostage negotiator that now consults with business people, salespeople. And his book is called Never Split the Difference. Get it on Audible. It's the best 5 hours you're ever going to spend in your life. It will equip you for lots of different situations. This is something that Kamala needs. She needs Chris Voss in her life. I don't know what side Chris Voss is on, but she needs somebody who can come in and have her illuminate the ideas that she wants people to latch onto. And that is the problem. The things that they want them to latch onto, her staff is not giving her enough data to work with that. So the Knight of Swords, the messaging has been poor in the past. She needs to leave that poor messaging in the past. Slang terms, things like that, that needs to stay in the past. We shouldn't be bringing that to the future. It was okay for vice president, but now that she's going for the top seat, she really does need to kind of dust that off. Appealing to the common people is not through language for her anymore. It's through action and through results. So that is something that she really, really needs to bring to the fore. Also up here, she is somewhat aware that we can't ish in one hand and wish in the other, and it winds up getting there. People need results, as Ray Stantz said in Ghostbusters. You've never been in the public sector. They expect results, and the public sector does expect results. So this Four of Cups, we have to stop sending out the messaging of good feeling. So that campaign that we saw very briefly of joy when Walls came onto the ticket, it's joyful. It's joyful. It's not enough. The joyful is not enough. They really need to have some substance to it. So here, and she's looking for that. This reading, she's looking for the substance, the meat on the bone to give people so that they can bite down on it. The Hermit card here, she can't do it alone. She has to actually bring in some people that are going to help her. Now, is this an Obama? Is this Michelle Obama? I think she needs Michelle Obama to get up and say a few things that Kamala has done well. I think she needs that kind of voice. It's the you guys can say that it's trickery or whatever. She needs somebody like that to step into the situation, and really a boss gal who says, this is what she's done and these were the results. So we need to, so we'll see more of that. We'll see more of that if she gets in. How does Kamala see herself? She sees herself as the sun rising, that people have not yet seen what she is capable of. The sun is rising. Get me in, I will show you what I can do. And that, I know, has been a discussion with some of the conservative leaning channels and news outlets. They are saying, well, not elect me and I'll make some changes. You've been in office for 4 years. You should have made some changes by now. So I think the step up to having the agency over the primary role of leadership in the United States, I think that is something that she's very keen on promoting. How do others see her? These are others in her party. Others in her party are Five of Swords. We've got some conflict of opinions on her. The people that are counseling her and advising her are going in a few different directions. I would tell them, stop with the spaghetti tactic. You can't throw everything at the wall. You're not going to be able to get everybody to vote for her. You got to drill down and figure out where your weak spots are and cater to those kinds of people. That's really the direction that they need to go. Right now, they're throwing spaghetti at the wall because they're trying to get as many votes as possible. I get it. I get the idea behind it. What do we have in the hopes and fears? The fear is that she is not going to be as verbally succinct as possible. She's not going to be able to express what she has accomplished. So that goes back to here with this Knight of Wands. They want her to grow up in language. She needs to grow up in language. She needs to grow up in the presentation of that language. Using the local accents, the local vernacular, the local dialects is something you can do on a smaller scale. You can't do it here because we all saw what happened to Hillary when she read that poem. I no ways tired. It does not go off really, really well. It doesn't matter if you're a person of color. When you kind of read to the lowest common denominator in the room, it's pandering, and it comes off as fake. So that is some concern here, which I think is okay. I think that's an okay response. What's our outcome here of the national convention? We are going to be steaming dead ahead. So I think we're going to see her more after the Democratic convention. Everyone's been complaining that she hasn't been out. She hasn't been doing interviews. Her team has been saying, well, she's out there, she's shaking hands, she's meeting the public that's going to vote for her. I think we're going to see more of her after the Democratic National Convention. There's also, I suspect, a really big ad campaign push, a promotional push for her during the convention. That it would be a no-brainer if they didn't do it, or if they did do it. But I think we're going to see a really different kind of messaging from her. It's going to lean into that joyful message. It's joy, everything's so joy. It's going to lean into that, but it's going to be, there's a brighter future ahead. It's going to be that hope Obama campaign. So this is what I see is going on with Miss Kamala right now. Kamala. I'm not saying her name wrong. Kamala. So I like her name. I know some people don't like her name, but how is she stacking up against the opposition? How is she stacking up against the opposition right now? I know the polls are changing. We got the Star in reverse. We got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles, the Lovers in reverse. So she's losing some traction in terms of, so the stardust that's thrown on a political candidate when they first get out there, they dress them up, they shine them up, they throw them out in front of the crowd. And there's a lot of stardust on that because it's like, oh, look, shiny a new toy. That stardust is wearing off, and now they need to get, again, that meat on the bone. The problem is, I think she's going to, by getting the meat on the bone and talking to people, I think she's going to lose the corporate kind of affections that she has, the bigger affections that she has. I think we're going to start to lose that. So right now, stacking up, she's okay. She's unable to, her campaign team is not able to really balance the messaging for every man with the messaging for corporate America and serve those money masters, if you will. So we'll see. This is by no means the definitive, this is the election reading, because as I tell everyone, with tarot, with psychic readings, with divination, we always have free will. And the way that I frame it for everybody, I say, if I tell you you're going to meet the love of your life on the corner of 5th and E, and you go on 4th Street, you're not going to meet the love of your life. So this is the same thing. Anything can change. So we saw something very interesting on July 13th. That was an event that was not supposed to go the way it did. It was supposed to go through. So but we're going to see 45 in the next one. We're going to talk about him in the next one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy these political readings. I come from a very political family. My family loves to talk about politics despite strangers and my husband's opinion over holidays, but we love to take a look at this. So we're going to look at 45 in the next one. I will see you guys shortly. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.